Good morning. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage on your side, your wisdom guided oracle, and we're having coffee in my beautiful do what you love what you do. What the world needs now is more love. Absolutely. One of the things that I've been posting, tongue in cheek, really, is that, we learn, many of us in church, love your neighbor as yourself. I'm pretty sure that's what we've been doing in this world because we've never been taught to love ourselves. And look at the state the world is in. So this is the month of love. This reading is, I'm not sure what it's exactly about, but I do know that self-love is always at the forefront of what we want to learn to do for ourselves because we are humans here and we are sharing our energy. And if we can't love ourselves, we really can't love our neighbors or the others out there. So Archangels Gabriel, Raphael, and Archangel Sandalphon came in today with this message. I'm channeling it as we speak here through the cards and with the guidance that comes through. Archangel Gabriel, of course, is the messenger angel. And Archangel Raphael is the angel of healing. And I'm pretty sure most of us can use healing in some form or another, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, relational, body healing, like our view of what our body is and how it should be. And then Archangel Raphael, is the angel of healing. Archangel Sandalphon is known as the go-between, takes our prayers to heaven, also connects us with our divine self. So let's see what the angels want us to know about this time we're in, shifting times. Everybody is feeling kind of weird. Whether most of us are putting it on the worldly events. But the truth is there is so much coming in the shifting sands of what is going on at this time in the world, not just on the physical level, but on the energetic level, whether it's cosmic energies, solar flares, solar winds coming through for us, the planetary energies and their alignments, the energies of us shifting into a different dimension within this life that makes us all very askew and awry and just not really living easily in our balance. And we want to keep coming back to balance because that's the place. And same with, politically, ideology wise, we want to come back to center because center is where the truth really needs to be brought out, not from either side's opinion about it. Keep yourself in the center. Do what is necessary for you to do to align your energies with balance and centeredness. The first card, bringing balance and centeredness in, focus, then act. And why is focus so important? Because what you focus on is being created within you, then within your life, and then within the world. You are a creative here with the divine. That's why that mantra, I'm open, I'm willing, I'm ready, guide me. It's not that they have to come in to or that we have to worship them. We are inviting them in to give us some insights, awarenesses, guidance, so that we understand how to walk more gently through our life, through this world. And then the energy we're sharing is more of that and less strife and division and upheaval and hatred. Went to my daughter's house last night. My other daughter and her family came, and my son-in-law's parents were there. It was our 11-year-old granddaughter's birthday. And we watched the Super Bowl as well. So it's always kind of fun that we get to do that at the same time because my son-in-law puts on a spread and we just have a wonderful time. The commercials throughout the Super Bowl, several of them talked about hate, dissolving hate, and how to do that. And then, of course, there was a very Christian commercial about loving one another and the fact that Jesus loved us and brought that to the world. He is not the only leader that brought that in throughout the lifetimes. And some very, very pointed acceptance message that, you know, we in and of ourselves are okay. There's nothing we have to do to be okay for Creator God, the universe. Great morning to you too, Susan. And so focusing on what you really are desiring to have within yourself. You know, there aren't many of us that desire chaos and strife and inner angst and fear and hopelessness and powerlessness. Now, there are powers out there that would desire to keep us there. Sorry, my office was cold this morning, and so I have a blanket wrapped around my lap. And so it is really important that you focus on what it is you want, what you desire for this world to be, and just play with it. Put on some music, particularly music that makes you feel like moving to it, and just do what you're doing through the day and keep thinking about what I want in this world is. Wouldn't be a bad idea to write it down. Wednesday is the full moon. It is the completion, the release. And so what you want means there are things that you're going to need to let go of within yourself. Maybe blame, maybe finger pointing, maybe judgment. All of those come out of a fear, a lack energy, a need to feel better about ourselves by putting someone else down. So maybe those are the things, but I can guarantee you most of you know things that you would really like to let go in your life. And the full moon is the time to write that down and then burn it. Go outside. If you cannot go outside, burn it in your kitchen sink. The intention is that the energy of those things you're choosing and your focus of releasing these from your life begins a process. For some of us who have been working more to do this more often, it's likely going to come a little quicker. But the understanding that your intention is making it happen. Sometimes things have to unfold before the thing that we think we need, happens. And sometimes there's some real big learning opportunities inside of that. I was trying to think, I wrote down something this morning from the Course in Miracles. And, it was about guilt. Guilt is never something we want to hold on to. However, it's never something we want to hold in our field. And while I agree with that, guilt is something that will give us an inkling of an area we might want to address within ourselves. Maybe we need to address it with another person that we may have injured in some way and ask for their forgiveness. What they choose to do is not my concern. My concern is being able to realize that the guilt doesn't need to stay. It is never something we want to keep in our field, but it is an alert that there is some way that we are out of balance. So one of the things that will keep us in better balance is nature. See yourself in nature. If you are unable to get out into nature, then imagine yourself in the place for you in nature that is magical. For me, that's this little place up in a very high valley that we camp in during the summer. And of course, we don't go up there during the winter because it's very snowy. And so sometimes I will just imagine that in my mind, sitting next to that little river, listening to it, smelling all the lovely smells that are there. and bringing that within me. Nature is very healing. These are things, Gabriel wants us to know that we have power in how we are walking inside ourselves through this world. And the message is your focus is your superpower, and what you focus on, you are creating. And if you need to bring yourself into a place of greater peace, and you cannot get outside to do that, like this morning is 14 degrees outside here. Probably not going to go sit outside much, but I can imagine myself in my happy place in the mountains. The next card that is huge is Archangel Raphael, and what Raphael is healing with this is the fear. Do not fear the unknown. Do not fear the unknown. We tend to fear change, and change is really the one thing we can count on in this human existence. And we always project that it's going to be bad because change puts us in a place of uncertainty, a bit of imbalance. We've maybe not been here before, or maybe we have been here before and we're going, oh my God, are you kidding me? Not again. And so when we embrace the fact that the unknown brings to us some pretty interesting, awesome experiences, and we choose that stance, that belief system, then we create our ability to view these changing circumstances from an observer's perspective, a higher perspective. And believe me, we don't always get to there immediately. So this hip thing that happened to me a week ago, Saturday, where I just bent over to do a gentle stretch, my hip went pop crack. It was a repeat, at least it felt like that, of an injury 12 years ago. And that I was doing something vigorous before. Thankfully, at the moment my hip did its thing, I was not dancing vigorously. And I merely stepped and it went pop crack, was unstable and hurt. And immediately when this happened, I stopped. I do Reiki, I put my hands on it and I was rubbing it and going, maybe things just moved back. Now, I'd not really felt any discomfort in many, many, many years, probably 11 years with this thing. And so the only thing is it was tight. It's like, okay, well, maybe it moved back. And it's like, this is not going to feel as bad. It's not the same thing. When I finally took a step, it was the same feeling, that same pain and the intensity and it's like, any of you who have those little burrs around that are just these round little things of stickers, that's what it felt like when I stepped, only big in the joint. And so then I did are you kidding me? I've gotten so strong. I've been so good at doing and then I was going to go skiing the next day again. The week before I'd skied, it was wonderful. And so I was, going to are you flipping kidding me? I cannot believe this is happening again. Walked into the bathroom and then I went back to, well, maybe it is, moved back because I didn't do anything. And I walked out and my husband, who is very concrete, would not say he was intuitive or empathic, said to me, maybe your hip moved back into place. And I was like, yes, maybe. And then I chose that to be the truth because it made moving through this process of pain and healing easier. And it brought me back to a higher expectation, an expectation of success in this process. Now, here's another addition to this. I talked about this hip thing the last video. I had, before this, a very strong pain that went over the top of my right foot that I'd gone to physical therapy for, doing all the exercises, and it really had not got significantly better. Also, severe neck pain for several months, doing neck exercises, stretching, all of that. Every morning it was like, oh, okay, well, here we go. I now have no neck pain. I now have no pain going over the right foot. And I had two sides on my lower back that when touched on either side of my spine hurt like the dickens. It was bitey pain. I have no pain there. Whatever was going on with this hip absolutely was the source of all this other pain. Now, let me tell you, for years now, several years, because I have been in various pain for many years, specifically back pain, or more consistently back pain. But it had, moved on, which was one of the reasons I decided to do the carnivore diet, was to see what no inflammatory things within this body felt like. That was the first step, and truly feel that the lack of inflammation allowed my joint to return to where it needed to be. And so, anyway, it makes this whole thing much more bearable because I have chosen, or began to choose early on, that this was going to heal quickly because my hip had moved back. And then I am seeing the evidence of that being true. So everything has meaning. Everything is for, and the more intense the thing that is happening, the higher the learning capability or offering is. What I've started to say is I've been choosing an alignment in my physical skeletal body. I have been choosing comfort for a few years, and it has brought me two things that have helped me achieve that. And so rarely do our things that we're working out of happen just like that. Sometimes they do. Sometimes we really have worked on them in a way that we didn't understand, that allows things to, sorry, this card is so fun, that allow things to transpire more quickly. Believe in magic. And that's what this new way of feeling in this body feels like. It feels like magic. And so, do I believe in magic? Absolutely. But what I really believe in is the magic of us, the magic that we have to create, to intend, the power of intention. It is such a powerful tool that we are never taught. The next card that came up says, "Hear the Ancient Ones." And this is exactly, this is Archangel Sandalphon's message to us. Our ancestors, the ones that have come before, the angels have messages for us. And if we choose to tune in, we will receive the guidance from them. I now invite my ancestors, I can't say real regularly because I'm not in the habit. I have not spent much time talking to them throughout my life, but I have grown in that habit of doing that because they can offer me things in the way that I can hear them. Good morning, Susan and Kimberly and Jane and Susan, Sue, for joining me this morning. I really appreciate your time here. And so it is a good time because this lifetime is the lifetime that we can do a boatload of ancestral healing. We have the power to do that. And I truly believe we have the charge to do that. So what does that look like for you? I'm open, I'm willing, I'm ready. Guide me to your angels, guides, companions. A daily practice would be a wise decision because that is the continuous inviting in of all the extra power that we have at our fingertips for becoming more aware of what is out there for us, of insights, of understandings, of being in that place of constantly willing to learn. Show that you are, yeah, this is a beautiful card. It gives us that extra energy to succeed with. The last card is show that you care. Now, this is Archangel Sandalphon's message, the one that is also known to be so loving. Show the world that you care in some way. And that is rarely by placing yourself in a battlefield of some kind. Even though activism is perfect for those who are activists, When you're activating and your focus is on all that is wrong, you are then bringing in more dissension and strife and hatred and division. When you're activating and your focus is love, you're bringing in more acceptance, more harmony, more balance to both sides, more ease. And that is what this world needs most. We need to come into center, and we are going to be offered many ways to get that done in the next several months and the next few years as well. We have to do our inner work now because we are a big part of creating this huge shift that is moving towards us. I mean, it's activating now. We are feeling it. We're in it, but it's going to become very intense. We, the holders of the light, the understanders of our energy and holding a higher vibration by not engaging in the lower vibrational things available to us to engage in, and holding our energy in a place of greater joy, ease, peace, comfort, all of those, and staying away from fear is how we are going to make this huge shift we're moving into gentler on the world, on us. It is always a choice, and you always are making one. We are complete for this beautiful Monday in February. On this self-love month, you loving you is a huge help to the world because, again, we cannot change the fact that we're sharing energy with every single person we come in contact with. But what we can change is the type of energy we're sharing. I think we're complete. Thank you so much. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage, on your side, your wisdom guided oracle. Until we meet again.